remember growing up still, and
Yes.
as a young bubble, coming at the culture and thing, we, we aspire, to
Yes.
become a priest, my lord, or even to, before becoming a priest who wasn't crowned, that was our aspiration, to get crowned, and from getting crowned, becoming a priest, you know.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's just funny how the eye does say that, is not something that you work towards,
It's
It's
not
it's
something that, yeah, it's not something that you earn.
yeah, something that
You
you
see it?
earn. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that him geared to build yourself towards. You
Mm,
see it? For that's why you start out as an acting priest,
mm,
to train, you know? Yeah. But you have to carry a certain spirit. You see it? So remember now, just sit on the throne around a headquarters. So Jana see I mean you come and you heal ya them days they we used to go up a morning time, you get up and you go heal the father, you get a blessing and you go about your business and do what you do. Is the man them who their own job, priest Jackie mainly, who used to point out the spirit and the spiritual minded man them, and that's how you get select to become an acting priest. You see it? Yeah. One of the elder them say, my lord, the man there, you know, move like a priest. Yeah. But remember say no, we did get the word from me there in New York. You just
mm.
say him have three priests to come to him as she already living at the house. One man never finally come down. You see it? Yeah. And we come get the fulfillment there through the love of God. You know? That done upon the journey already. So me I see myself now within that sense say, we're born to this. You see it? Yeah, we're born to do this. For we are function within that capacity even before we come to the Father, even before we know the Father. So the man say, it's an internal, an inborn tradition. Is the spirit them come back to a father line and a mother's womb. But are the same angel them and disciple them where that trod with Christ 2000 years ago. You see it? And then bring we back. As in did promise to say, from a stand with him, rise with him. You know? Yeah, so man, come on,
And co.
identify we and give it that glory in ourselves. Give it the other way. From we live it, then we step up as the chorus say. Him lifted us up from the miry clay, planted us on the king's highway. Our perception of the king was sing reggae music and smoke weed and all of them things there. It's like it's a freedom still, but it never identify as with a purpose.
Mm.
You understand?
Yes,
A
sir.
Jah come give you the purpose. You know? Man say as a priest, you minister to life. See it? Yeah. So you have to take up that mission now. Minister to life, minister to black people, minister to the justice of black people, agitate for the rights and the justice of black people. That start to give you a cause to live for. Not just to sing, just to listen to reggae music and smoke and say you're irie,
Yeah, true.
but to take up the cause where the man say, my journey upon this journey and him have a fulfillment to do. And if you see I resonate with that cause, then you can journey with the man. You see it?
My
Yeah.
lord.
Cause when me come and tell that I say me want buy a piece of land, when other man a tell me say, oh, you could have find God and want go someplace, here where the God a tell me say, my lord, well if you go look piece of land, go east, don't go with some other white bridge and lease the land. Don't buy it for you know want tie down yourself in a Jamaica. You see it? Cause Even though we aspire to go to Africa, our move from New York was just to get out of Babylon. But we expect this judgment in a Babylon. For the wickedness where we are see them do to the people, we know say it must face a judgment. You understand? So we want to run you out of the judgment and the place where we're familiar with a Jamaica, you know. But when you go down there, the man appointed to a greater destiny. See it? Yeah. The man say, head over east, my lad. You know?
Look to the
Or
east.
yes, my lad, you know? Yeah. Cause him say Jamaica, America backyard. All the garbage we go on America, come down on Jamaica little later. You see it? And if you see the principles and all the violence where as young youth we are watch on TV, gun cowboy show and all of them thing there. I saw them build you up in this violence and this aggression towards one another. You know, see it? Yeah. And the Rasta man come now to save you out of that mindset there. Of killing off a brother and take you out of the mindset of self hate, which them teach us through them enslavement and Willie Lynch syndrome, you know. We divide up the people them who light brown you treat them better than the dark ones. So him put fences and barriers between us as a people.
Yeah.
You understand? And his job will bring me back now to this wholeness of one people. That's why even when time man did come and I talk about 12 tribes, to just say him then no tribe or one tribe. Cause we just one people. You know, see it?
Yes, I.
Yes, my lad, you know?
Um, Prince Emmanuel ever get angry?
Yes, my lad.
What was that like?
I experienced that, my lad. Yeah, man. I raise him vice, man. I'm man drop down in front of him,
What?
man. Yes, my lad. Yeah, man.
Literally?
Yes, my lad. Whole set wash him and drop down. Remember, yeah, man.
No. No, sorry for laugh, but
Yeah, man. A
what?
reality, my lad. Yeah, man. And that is not a regular doings
Yeah.
with King Emmanuel, but as natural man, when he hear certain things and so him get right. And sometimes he miss your words that later, when him get a better understanding of the situation, him change that word.
Seeing.
You see it? Yeah. But the day I got me was one of the go market with Priest Jackie. Priest Jackie and Priest Brownie are market, man. Priest Brownie buy the dry goods, you know, flour and the rice and the meal and stuff like that. And me and Priest Jackie go in at the market and buy ground food and all of these things. So a situation come up where Priest Jackie are the elder to me. He just come and I run with him and he make a bad move and the budget where we have, we could only buy 25 coconut at a time. Every 4 days we go to the market. We go market Monday and then Thursday again. And a woman from St. Thomas. Situation is him take on more than where we could have paid for. And so when we go back the next time I market, we have to go pay for that. So that short the money for buy the things them for maintain us until the next market day.
Yeah.
And when time a priest declare back certain things never buy and certain things short and just call you up and say, oh this go. I may have my list where everything we buy me write down and show the father and say, actually we didn't have to pay for that. Why we couldn't buy these things? And Jarat from Priest Jacky. Yeah man for him say, me should have be aware of that. but him give the elder priest the I wouldn't call it a judgment, but him anger was right reason, my lord. Which Jackie have to flee from Rona, Rona Dada to the moment for a couple of hours. And Jaya, the great King Emmanuel, charged us as a father to us. Time him cool down, ready for burn him chalice, him say, priest Jackai. And say, my lord, you know what the can over so down. Say, send for him, my lord. Send him come. Just say, my lord, tell you something. This morning, a certain time I get angry, I just angry. A certain time that done, his brethren see him, yes. So up the herb and make over on the chalice. And
Rastafari.
that was a aspect of God that make me love even deeper for him. You know? Him not carry judgment and have that judgment attitude. Yeah, if you keep up following him give you a little, you know? But you not carry feelings. That me want to say. You know? When time it done and gone. You see it?
Mm.
Next moment you come, you're free. You're free. Everything all right. You see it? So one of the lessons, you know?
My lord. My lord.
Yes, my lord.
Let me ask the eye this, Honorable Priest. Can we truly say that, we are a government without a functioning parliament?
When we come, the structure of how the government was running, because the father was there, then as the leader and the king, him running a theocracy type of government.
Mm.
I mean, what him say goes. As the increase of the population on the hill, because when I go about 60 something people did up on the hill, I think the book's about 68. When time I did it, and down at the kitchen, I was given the task of running the kitchen after a while. I mean, started out writing pamphlets and we tell that I say, as an outsider coming in, when we read the pamphlet them, when me in the culture, me can understand it, but as an outsider, it wasn't as plain. So we wanted to write the pamphlet them in what you'd have called plain English, being come educated and say we know for the things, you know? And Jah dictated to us, to Iman, priest Rocco, and priest Ikeel, and Iman right, and Iman right, from what I understand from the father. And it added, I don't remember what page or how many page was in the Black Supremacy at the time, but when we done right, it came up to be 100 pages. And I added that to the Black Supremacy. And I did help to write some pamphlet at the time. But man I say what I write wasn't in the language of how that attack it. Remember Priest Taffa used to give me that problem there. You have to talk it like how that attack it. And me I say, but at that me tell the father say, oh you talk it if a person not in the Rasta culture and for read it, it's hard for them to understand and just say, make it in a plain English that them can understand.
Mm.
That is one of the reasons why we never adapt the I kind of language that the rest of Rastaman them did attack because the father say we come for all black people. It wasn't just Rasta people. Come for all black people. Go home. So if you are going to teach them, you have to talk to them in the language that them understand. Now, when the Rastaman developed in the early part of the tradition, to be able to communicate with each other without the ballad people seen as the enemy, not from Bobo Shanti, not from Prince Emmanuel concept. All black people was his children. As Father Moses, him come to lead all black people. So the ballad, the Kome, the police, all of them. While the Rastaman on the outside was seeing them as enemy, bonfire for ballad and all of them thing there. So they develop a language of communicate with each other that they would not understand. And just say, him a talk in a language for the people them to understand what him saying. That's why I say, we not say overstand and I this and I that. Talk the English plain for that the people them understand. That was a difference with the tradition of King Emmanuel versus some of the other elders. That him saw the journey not just on the Rastafari plane, but on the human rights and justice plane. That's why Jawda take the Jamaica government to court for the injustice of black people, not just Rasta people, while the rest of Rasta man them fighting for we would have like in the United States for civil rights that are fight for the human rights. And that's the first me go get a more intense training towards human rights. Because you hear about these things going to school and going to college and all of them things, but it not hit you so much because you're in the United States. But when time you recognize say enough of these basics rights were deprived from black people in third world countries and Africa and all of these things. Since that come for the justice of these people, then he might operate on a whole different plane. So oftentimes the other groups and Rastaman them I look community center and I look what them can get from the government. Just say him not take nothing from them. All him want a freedom redemption, international repatriation. You see it? So that depend on a whole different level. When you that the road with the Rastaman them and attack, when you used to gather and all of them thing there, it's like word and language is some of the most important things. While for that the justice of the people is where I deal with. So that a step away from them and the separation they come. Now when I come to camp I miss them had a gathering on the hill from 1978 where Raspido tell me when time the man them I look say them want a reasoning to bring Rasta community to a them call it unity, to a unity. There was no place amongst the different groups them that them could have come and not be at war. Pure argument and thing, you hear them say lion and lion. So them ask and one man say, only one place we can have this and we not no war and fight, up a bongo ready. So them apply and just give them the freedom. That is why even I am man and certain other man see say, Jah never in opposition to the rest of Rastaman them. The separateness is because him focusing on a heights and a level where the next Rastaman, enough of the next Rastaman them never reach it. You understand? Now at this conference that I hear is the same Prophet Apo who did carry me up on the hill for the first time. I detail certain aspects of that conference that I'm at. And so when everybody talk and that I sit down They're just humble. And when time them talk and them say, well, them have to give the father. And like me say, them a look at him as Father Moses, the last talk. So when that arise, Jah say, him look on Plano. Cause all through the reasoning, Plano are the elder for the rest of them. Him said to Plano, say, my lord, if the eye did still there beside me up until now, you don't think could have reached much farther. And after all him big talk and everything, him say, Plano how long him head? I say, yes, my lord, that's a natural. You have to say, man them did a journey together, but this ego, everybody want to lead them on. As the father say at the conference in 58, all of them was together. And when the conference is done, you had 50 group of Rasta rising in Jamaica. For all the big lion them, you remember the story about the lion them? All of the big lion them become the leaders with them on a different group, you know? But Jah the Father where did I feed them? You see it? All of them used to gather a back a wall. But when time dada, they can to establish the church, the Sabbath keeping and all of them thing there. The for the man them never in and put on a turban, them want to be warriors, where them say, the saying say, you holy priests, warriors and traitors. So they must see themselves not as the priests, but as warriors. So that's why them always in a confusion and war amongst themselves, even until today. You see it? Yeah. So that was a lesson to me when time the prophet tell me where Dada asked Martin Upland how him answer. Submitted to the reality, say, if them did stay together, the Rastafari movement would have gone much further. So hearing from other brethren that another a second session a reason was scheduled. Yeah, Priest Dougie name it, say them did give it all a name and something like that. I mean, I remember that now, you know? And when the day come, the man him never show up. And Jah was agitated, to say the least, because them never fulfill them word for Jah see the greater movement forward if the man them would have come back together as them was at back a wall. But just like the OAU and where Kwame Nkrumah did say, if we let go the sovereignty of the individual king and leader and go in at the oneness of one unit, let us form the union before, because from man become king and leader and them thing, them no want to give up them position there. And the same thing happen with the Rasta movement. No man no want to give up them position, submit to one leadership. And so you get 15 different group of Rasta. And probably more than that now. Is it?
Same, same,
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
same.
But the difference is the level where that did there. The man didn't even start see cause just see God within himself, even though him identify Haile Selassie as him father, as our Godhead. Eh? He must still see the God within himself, the manifestation of Christ within him and within Marcus Garvey. So we get the Holy Trinity, Prophet, Priest, and King. The man the only
Rastafari.
see, the man the only see Christ's character in the King and not in no other flesh. So that become a sort of separation, you know? And them say we go on like we holy and we go on like with this. But yeah, when time you come to that consciousness of divineness within yourself, you live different, you talk different, you have a
Natural.
motivation that is greater. Because now you work on the liberation and the justice of all black people, just like Marcus Garvey. You see it? And when
True.
His Majesty say, I'm not only king of Ethiopia, I'm king of all black people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So the man they must see the universality of us as a people, while the Rastaman come upon because of the Christian upbringing we have, we still have see this only begotten Son of God.
You know,
I don't
one
see
man.
myself as I don't see myself as the sons of God. And
Natural.
even in the Bible it talk about the kingdom of God is in flesh. The kingdom of God is with man. Greater is in you than in all the world. No one now see that in themselves. They want to see it in a Haile Selassie. Remember one of the virgin them where me say we come up with as the most elder to us. Just spooks. And just spooks used to say, we don't need to read no Bible. We don't need to read no other book. Only His Majesty word them. Because of the concept where we've been given as this Jesus Christ being superior and the only one you have call him name. So Rastafari is a revolution against even that. It recognizes God in flesh in Haile Selassie and King Emmanuel come extend that to Marcus Garvey, to himself, to Empress Meme and Queen Omega, and even I and I as sons. For the man say, same God in me, my lad, same God in you, you know. That level
Natural.
they know enough man now waiting to, and even some of our Baba brethren, them not even come to that within themselves yet. For them now want the responsibility. They would have prefer say only what Dada say. That means say if anything go wrong, I true Dada did say it. You understand? And now want to take responsibility to make the changes within ourselves and therefore the change within our community and therefore the change within our race. Because that's so like you drop the pebble in the water so it has spread out, you know. That's
True.
how the truth have to spread out. You see it? And now we come see many of the man them from podcasts and all of them things. I come submit to that reality of God in flesh. You know? Father define it for we, bring it the concept where them give it of one man as being God. The man come broke it down to we and say, yeah, the divine spirit in the whole of we. That's why I just say, when time we are judge, if we cast a judgment in the south field, you have the story where me tell all the while of up on the hill and down at the kitchen and you have an honorable brethren priest Shani. And priest Shani dedicate himself, say, he want make a sandals for everybody in the yard. Every man, woman and child. No one not supposed to walk barefoot in the yard. We not say walk barefoot, but not have a pair of sandals. So me come and me have a sandals. And when him bill another sandals to me down at the kitchen and a bridging go in my house. No, so me get the new sandals. Go in my house, take out my sandals. We go town, come back, and a man who see the scene, come pinch me and tell me. So me rat, my lad, for me I say, me don't even wear it yet, you know, my lad. Rat, man, how you mean? Fireman. And me I go around and just carry him to jail for me. I say, oh, if you get a judgment in this judgment ball. Yeah, me that look for you get a judgment half a deal too. For me, I say that a thief, thou shalt not steal. You know?
My lord. My lord.
And we go
Yes,
around
sir.
there with the man, my lord, just send for just send for the prophet. And when time I tell you the story and just say, oh, me agitated and upset. And just said to me, say, my lord, cast a judgment in the white world, in the south field. In the south field, him say, cast a judgment on the white world. And them said to be ungodly in ourselves. That me feel all the way to fight coming like me accuse him wrongfully. You know what I mean? it never dawned on me in that state of mind. We say, a 2 pair of sandals me have and a man and not have a pair. And him borrow me sandals. The proper thing to do was to come and ask me. I mean, never go give me new sandals anyway. But
Majesty.
that mindset of
Yeah.
caring enough and loving your brother as you love yourself, me never steep in that moment. And just turn to him and say, my lord, I follow you keep up. Going at the man place. I just me get me justice. You see it? But
My lord.
that was a lesson to me, a milestone in my understanding of this thing where we have amongst ourselves, we amongst Bobo now, cast judgment on each other. But just say, we were created perfect. We did ira before them come bad away. And the brutality and the colonialization them carry through that make we have a self-hate and so easy to kill a man over nothing. Look how that Jamaica man I play domino a man get up and kill man over
Majesty.
domino. Some simple things. We go a party in a Brooklyn and the whole of we have to run. A man step on a man to a man drive him gonna shoot. The lack of that empathy for your brother. You understand? Yeah, is where them do to we over 400 years of bad treatment and wickedness. So, your teacher then say, if you pray for your brother, if you want to see him change from wrong to right, you know, for glad for want to give him judgment. And as I walk in that mindset and that consciousness there, you're not a man for quickly judge a man, you know? I
My
prefer give him
lord.
a chance, you see it? And give him a word of correction
Mm.
than to, yeah, job and forget judgment and, you know, the man, they are wicked. See, we develop them thing there, even amongst the sons of God, monks as priests and priests amongst yourself. You ever set a man and say, him not have nothing to do with them man there. The same disciples of Christ, the same Bobo Shanti, where we sing and eat and talk and keep service together and go as wood bush and stick bush and all of them things together and come to God as one children. Yet amongst yourself we have now nothing to do with them Monday. Them Monday. Once you get in that meditation there, it's like you know, see the wholeness of we as one. You see it? And the Father did have we as one and teach we as one. With all we little the faults and all we little shortcomings. To make us operate as one. You see it? But once you come out of the foundation, the world give a whole different vibration and a different mindset. That's why it's important for a man keep up with him Sabbath and him service. You know, my lad?
True,
You keep in
true.
that frame of mind there as a son of Christ, as a Christ child, as a Christ within yourself. Or we have to come to that reality as we go up the Jacob ladder, you know, as we increase in our awareness and increase in our livity. The livity supposed to uplift you. If it not uplift you, not do it right. You see it? Because the part where the man set for us to be uplifted within ourselves and come to a great. The more you're closer to God, is the more you and the next man who close to God become closer. And that are the source of unity, you know, my lad.
True.
The love for God. You see it? Yeah. And we have to come to that. For it's a kingdom the man come rise. You know? Yeah. And not just a handful away.
That subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset.